up, beautiful people? It's your boy C-Dub, aka Whit, coming at you guys with another video. And this video that I'm going to be sharing with you all is a commentated video for the UCLA Victorville race that went down in Victorville, California on the 23rd of February. This video is going to cover the starting positions, the goods and the negatives of being in a good position on the start, your boy getting dropped and why, and then the finish and finishing strong. This video is compiled of the category 3 race as well as the 30 plus 3-4 race. So you'll see in the video how I have married these two videos together to give you one good comprehensive video. Sit back, relax, and enjoy more from your boy C-Dub, aka Whit. Peace. What's going on, Rail Runners? So as you see here, we have a little notice. My K-Edge mount was a little shaky on today's video, but as you see, we're going to be talking about the starting positions as the first portion of this video. It is broken down into 3 portions of video. So the first part is, you see I have on the left the 30 plus, on the right the straight cat 3. And so again with this, what you see is I started in the 30 plus video on the front row, and you'll see how I am pretty much within the top 5, top 10 for a longer period of time compared to the video on the left, which I started out in the men's category 3 race being on the second row, and how quickly I was engulfed with other riders. So with that being said, let's focus on the left side of the camera first. I started on the front row, and you see here we've already come through a couple of turns, and I'm still sitting very well within the top 10 spots of this race. So being on the front row gives you a lot of benefits because you can really respond and react to a lot of things going on around you. You can also, if you have a team with you, you can start your control of this race from the gun. What it also does is allows you to really strategize and getting your people in position where you want them to do the different techniques and tactics that you want to do within said race. Now, if you look over to the right-hand side, you see there how I'm already engulfed. I've been engulfed ever since even getting to the first turn because I simply started one row back than I did in my previous race, being the category 3-4. So when you're in the second row, it's easier for you to quickly get engulfed by other riders. You can drastically see the difference between starting up near the front on the left in the 30 plus race and starting on the second row in the category 3 race. And so I want to share with you all that when we get back to racing, that you would even consider going, you've already braved up and signed up and registered, and you've shown up, so you've already braved that of showing up to a race. What I would encourage you to do is to take the next step and try to make your way closer to the front of the peloton, so you can see a drastic difference between the footage on the left as well as the footage on the right. But you can simply see how I'm in a very well place in the 30 plus race versus me being in the category 3 race. You see me doing more chasing and having to close things down in the category 3 race than you see me just riding with the pack in the 30 plus race. So we did one lap, and I just wanted to show you the one lap of each one of those races. All right, so now we're going to talk about getting dropped. This is just the category 3 race, and so I'm sliding this in between the start and finish of the 30 plus race because, again, I got dropped. So this is the last race of the day right here, the men's category 3 pure race. So right now I'm sitting on Dylan's wheel of Monster Racing, and we just came through the start finish. And so right now I'm sitting on Dylan's wheel. Again, I was not anticipating doing this race, but because I was highly encouraged to do it, I was there. and Alfie, the race organizer, took care of me. So I went ahead and pinned on another number. And as you can already see, we are off the back. We've come through turn number 2 and I'm off the back. I'm struggling. And when we make this left-hand turn in turn number 3, we are going into a direct headwind. In the earlier race, the headwind was probably maybe 5 miles an hour. At the end of the day, making this left-hand turn right here, the headwinds were probably 15 to 20 miles an hour. It is struggling. You can see Dylan up there putting his head down, trying to make it, trying to stay connected to the group, and he's losing room. Now he's looking back at me because I was on his wheel. I have a little bit of energy, but you simply can see I don't have it. And I'm dying drastically. And I'm dying drastically. So I blew up, and yeah, that was kind of the end of that. I tried to continue I tried to get back on. I tried to jump back on wheels, but I could not connect to the group. And so now we're going to go back to the 30+ race, talking about finishing strong. So as we're coming through, we have 2 laps to go. So this is going to give you a good usher to the final lap. So we have 2 laps to go right here. And again, this race, I started up in the front. So again, to put it in perspective, I was up in the front. I started in the front, and I didn't have to really chase anything down. I just was able to sit on things. Legs felt really, really good. And so I've dropped back. I believe I had a teammate, Stephen Walter, in this race. And we got some different players here. UCLA is here. I'm not sure what the orange. I'm not sure if this is Big Orange in front of me, but I'm used to orange guys being Big Orange, so I'm not sure what team this is in front of me. But there are some players here, and right now you see I'm just, again, this area, there's roughly about a 5 mile per hour headwind at this time of the day. The category 30+ race was like at 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. The pure Cat 3 race was like at 3:30 in the evening. So it was a lot later and the winds were up. But in this race, being the 30+ race, the winds were not that bad. So we got, this may be Impact. There may be Impact Racing here showing out today. So the orange, I believe this may be Impact Racing. And so, of course, I'm just surfing wheels. And again, I'm being very mindful of where the wind is coming. Right now, the wind is coming from our left, crossing over to our right. So right now, you see I'm kind of off to his right-hand side, just being mindful of the wind. And now we have a tailwind. So this is not only do we have a tailwind here, but in this section, it's a little bump and then it goes downhill. So of course, I'm tired, but I'm losing wheels, losing his wheel right here. And as I mentioned to you all several times before, I have to do a better job of holding on to wheels. And so I believe this is one of the FLX guys. He comes over the top of me, fills in that gap, and I should have immediately jumped on his wheel, but it's so much easier said than done. When you're tired in these races and you hear people say jump on that wheel and up, it's so much harder in the actual race because you've already peaked out. You see my heart rate's at 174. I'm putting out over 200 watts. We're going 27 miles an hour. My revolutions per minute are still good. And so now we're going, we have a tailwind right here, and then we're going to make this right-hand turn, and now we have a crosswind coming from our right going to our left. And as you see, I close the gap down. I'm pushing over 500 watts, and this is uphill spot, and this is the final lap right here. So, of course, as you all know, that anytime we go into the final lap is always hot. It's hot to the point to when you will have people that will sit up. As you see right now, everybody is sitting up because nobody wants to be on the front. And so again, being mindful of the wind, I try to stay in the middle of the group, thinking about what side I'm going to pick as we get closer to the final few turns. Because again, most of the time I'm learning inside is not the safest, but being on the outside or the inside is usually the safest because you have room to move. So you see I'm on the inside going through turn number 3. Now we're in a headwind. People are out of the saddle, moving up. Again, we're trying to hold our place because this is where we find ourselves dealing with more headwind, even though the headwind wasn't too super strong at this period of the day. We got guys going up on the inside, and you see guys coming out of the saddle
making moves, going with the different attacks that are going on. We still have about 4 turns to go, so it's really nothing to get super antsy about just yet. People are now starting to try to get into position, and so now we have a cross run again from our left to our right. I have Kyle Cooper to my right, and I got some FLX. We got up there in a black skin suit that's Lubin, and so we are just making our way as we're coming down to, what's that turn? We got, so turn number 4, coming through turn number 4. Now we have a tailwind, and again, this is where I should have been laying down the law for my watts just to stay connected with the group. And I was putting out 600 watts, but I didn't hold it very, very well. And so people came up underneath me, filled in the gap, which that works too if I can stay connected and committed to the wheel. So I highly encourage you to do that. But this period is talking about finishing strong. I could have gave up a while ago. You see gaps open up. I could have gave up, but finishing strong. And why? If you keep fighting to the end, even though there may be a gap in front of you, even though people may seem like they're pulling away from you, if you just stay strong and fight to the end, you find yourself still sometimes coming out getting a better result than if you would have gave up. If I would have gave up 2 turns ago, I probably would have placed way worse than what I did. But because I stayed with it, because you see me now sprinting, hitting over 1,000 watts, I was able to finish strong in this men's 30+ race.
Alrighty, road runners. So hopefully that video will suffice for you for another commentated video from your boy. Again, starting position, as I'm learning, means a whole lot. Even if you're doing Zwift, sign into the race or the events early, it puts you closer to the front. Being in the front makes a huge difference. Additionally, being dropped, it comes with the territory. It's what happens to all of us. But the best thing you can do is fight until you can fight no longer, and understand, the wind, understand drafting and all those things to help you just last a little bit longer. And when you blow, you blow. And then finally, finishing strong. You want to finish strong because you never know how the results may pan out because you did not quit, because you did not give up. So in the 30+ race, I got 13th. It's not top 10. And again, the numbers of the races weren't that big. I don't think there was anything more than 30 people in each one of the races. But you know what? I finished the first race and I finished the second race. But the thing is, I got 13th in the 30+ race and I got 14th in the category 3 race. Again, it was fitness in the legs. It was more knowledge and more experience gained, and I hope that I was able to share that with some of you all today. Thank you for clicking the video. Please comment, like, subscribe. On to the next one with your boy C-Dub, aka Crit Whit. Peace.